Okay, so good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, the 16th of September, and it's been about a month, I think, since the last unboxing of stuff I got. So, as you can see, we quite have a lot of crap here to go through, so probably best to get the first big items. You probably noticed this Wii and something else underneath it. So I got this Wii with all its cables and everything. It's a GameCube model. Has its doors. It's pretty clean, and it also it's in my parents' living room because I gave it to my dad to play. It had a copy of New Super Mario Brothers in it, and while the price tag does say 10 on it, it got a little whipped because it had a return thing stuck to the bottom in case it didn't work. They were doing 25% off electronics at the cell phone little Samaritan place in the town that's right by us. So I got for $7 is what they charged at the register. So and considering New Super Mario Brothers is $19 alone, you know that in itself is already paid for it. So, but I'm trying to see if I can sell this maybe for $10 or something for someone of that. That's a pretty good price for a Wii. It worked everything. Didn't have any controls, and then while on that system, I found another PS2. Whew. This time for $15. It's another fat one. This one's a lot better condition on the outer shell. It does work as well, and sadly, in between the time of the last video and this video, I actually did find another PS2. That one was actually before that one. And it was a Slim for $20, and it had a memory card. The negative thing is, though, that it did not work. It would receive power, but when hit the powering button, it would go back to with the red light. It would go green and then back to the red. So there was something wrong with it, so I returned that. But I did get a memory card out of that, you know. It's like, no way. No, there was no memory card there. It was just a Slim. But anyway, so that's all the system type stuff here. I'm going to set this on the side. Ooh, let's see. I need to get my hands on a fat PS2. Those things are nice to have. I have a slim one, but for collecting purposes. I haven't really had any specific problems with either the slim or fat that isn't something that they both have, per se, which would be getting dusty and causing the lens to be kind of faulty with, like, the blue discs and things. But, I mean, there's probably some compatibility issues with, like, PS1 games. That's usually a common issue with the PS2s and PS3s with compatibility stuff. But let's see, what to start with? So many stuff. Let's start with some really boring stuff. So, I actually bought these solely because they're GameCube cases, but I bought the stack of sports GameCube games from the Goodwill. They were all blue tagged, and blue tagged was half off. If you're not familiar with how Goodwill usually prices stuff, usually the basic price is supposed to be $3 for a normal game, unless priced differently. And $3 each. I wasn't going to buy these, but I knew nobody was going to pick them up. They would have either thrown them up, thrown them away, or sent them to another store eventually. So I thought I'd wait for them to be half off. So that was a little bit better price. So I don't have a lot of spare GameCube cases. So I was like, I can keep the GameCube cases and probably just sell all the games together for like $1 or $2 or something. Still a little bit lost, but it's really annoying having GameCube cases and other GameCube games and other cases a lot of times. Let's see, I need a modded one that plays imports. I've never dealt with PS2 import modding. I have, if you're not aware, I have a red Japanese Slim PS2 that I decided to buy that because the really common thing at the time was to use what are they called, magic disc, where you had to like break the disc tray on the corner, and you'd put a special disc in, and then put this plastic thing in to pull the tray out during it, and then put the game you want in or some crap like that. But there were games that weren't guaranteed to play, so I was just like, you know what? I'll just buy a Japanese PS2. I'll have access to PS1 games, and I can play Japanese PS2 games without all this mumbo jumbo issue problem. So that's what I did in that regard. Thank goodness the PS3 and on was fucking Legion free though. Shame it took fucking Nintendo forever for that. Since we're on the Nintendo GameCube, I actually found a copy of Fantasia Star Online 3 for the GameCube. I already owned this, but it was only $2, so I was like, I could get the case and probably trade the game or something to someone. I'm sure somebody will want, though I can't imagine a lot of people. I mean, it's a card game. It's an MMO series turned into a card game. I'm sure everyone was thrilled for that. So, got lots. Oh my goodness. Let's see, what should we go? Maybe show a few of the PS3 games. What can we show here? Some of my newest things I just got in the mail. Blade Strangers, a strange fighting crossover game with Cave Story, Isaac, Princess Code, and a bunch of other characters. I think Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's in it too. He's in the corner there. Shovel Knight's in there. Then characters I don't even know. I know there's that character. Oh, what's that? I can't remember what that character. Gunvolt or something. I think it was Gunvolt. That character's in there. Oh, and the chick with the. Of course, she's on the freaking front there. The chick with the little fishing pole from that puzzle game. A really, really hard puzzle game. So, that's an interesting, strange crossover of lesser-known characters. So, and I like a lot of the characters. I like Cave Story, you know. And it has 2 characters from Cave Story, so excited to try that out. Now, this I never heard of until this version of it, but to my understanding, this was originally a PSP game in Japan. But this is called 428 Shambura Scrambled. It's, I believe, made by Suda51, I think. I don't see anything on the back saying that. I think it's a game Suda51 did, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. I could be wrong. But this is supposed to be a really bizarre visual novel game where you control, I think, 8 people, it said? No, 5. You control 5 different people, and supposedly it has 50 different endings. Now, hopefully, they'll 50 actual endings and not like one ending where something happens and then the same ending where the person doesn't have their glasses on. Oh, look, it's a different ending because they don't have their glasses on. Was that not came out overseas yet? Yeah, I'm not really sure much about it. Like I said, I've never heard of it, so I don't know if it's really good or not. Like I said, it was originally supposed to be a PSP game, I believe. Isn't some guy from Danganronpa? That might be the case too. Maybe it was by the Danganronpa guy. Maybe that's a possibility. One of the strange, bizarre people out there had something to do with this game. I don't know if it was Suda51 or if it was Yokotaro or if it was Danganronpa or it's one of those freaking weirdos out there. Let's see. Then. This is funny here. So this is Destiny 2. Now, if you watch all my videos where I show shit I get, you probably would say, why do you have Destiny 2? You already bought Destiny 2 when the game was brand new for $28, which was a good deal at the time before the price started dropping like a freaking stone. This was free at Best Buy, for 2 weeks. Anything that was $29+ at Best Buy video game related, you got a free copy of Destiny 2. I actually would have had another copy if it didn't turn into a in-store only pickup, which I gave to a viewer to pick up. And believe me, I went to a lot of different people asking, do you want Destiny 2? Yeah, so I'm probably just keep the case as a spare and sell the game or something for $1 because it's probably going to be worthless, even more worthless than it always was. Because, shitloads of people got for PlayStation Plus game, and people got with Best Buy orders for 2 weeks. So, yeah, most people think the reason is they're trying to sell the Forsaken DLC, which I think was, it worked I think the idea worked well with Destiny 1, where its used price plummeted. But, you had 5 DLCs, so, you could pick the original disc for Destiny 1 for like $2. But, and I think that was kind of the idea they were going with. It's like, okay, we got several DLCs out there. If we, just get the game out there to people and they buy the DLC to play with their friends and stuff. I think that was the idea. Because really, that's almost the entire only people I know that keep playing this game. Is I have friends that I play it with. Because I can tell you so many people who, when their friends all just swept out and left, it's like, yeah, this game's fucking boring now. It's like, bye. Woo. Peace out. Let's see. Now this, I wasn't sure if I couldn't remember if I showed this one off. I may have showed this one off in the last video, but in case it's not, I got a copy of WeCool, the definitive edition for like $4 off Amazon. If I ever get Xbox One, I was like $4, why not? Let's see. Let's swap from the PS4 because there's a lot of PS4 crap here. So we got a lot of PS4 stuff to go through. So let's kind of switch it up. I got a bunch of old PC stuff I also swagged. Got a bunch of Adventure games at the Samaritan store. Let's see. The Evil Under the Sun by the Adventure Company. The box is a little smashed, but all the discs and stuff is good inside. Murder on the Abbey, also by the Adventure Company. Good condition. Discs are clean. Never heard of it. I know of the Adventure Company. They're pretty well known for doing a lot of the early Sherlock Holmes games, that one really long puzzle-solving series. Paradise. This is a Ubisoft game. It looks like it's also, I think somebody just dumped the Italian Adventure catalog at the Samaritan store there, but as far as I could see, this did not have a code inside, so I think this is prior to the online services kind of crap. Let's see, Xbox One doesn't interest me. There's not a single game. There's like 5 games I'm slightly interested in. Sadly, the one that's the most is Dead Rising 3. And it's still not enough reason to throw $300 at. I'd probably be willing to get it for like 100, maybe 150, maybe. I mean, there's a few interesting games, just not something that gets me to be like, yes, $300. I'll take one now. See, had a 360 before getting a PS3 Slim, but this gen, it's PS4. Yeah, I mean, the only time I ever played an Xbox One was going to my sister's. Her husband has an Xbox One. Said he got it because his friends all Xbox. So, though he's really happy about Nier Automata being on the Xbox One. I knew when they announced that at E3, I was like, oh, I know somebody's going to be really freaking hyped about that because I gave him the original Nier as a birthday gift way back, a long time ago, and he loved it. That so. Late to the party again. Yeah, Dan, you're late. Late. But, yeah, 360 was pretty good for its beginning to midlife. And then it started going downhill when it's like, oh, we need to install 10 gigabytes of gameplay. Oh, we need to install half the game, all the game, the majority of the game on the fucking console to make it even fucking work. So, that's, really, when it came to the installing phase of the 360, it just dropped off the face of the planet for me. Myst 5, The End of Ages. I've only ever played Myst 1. But now I think I have a version of all the games now. This was a complete, version. Discs were clean. Oh, true, you did have church. We forgive you. We will forgive thou. Here in our holy womb of video games. Let's see. This was at the Goodwill. It was Star Wars Rebellion. I've never heard of this particular title. It looks like you travel around a solar system and shit. It says it's a strategy gaming on an epic scale. Supports up to 200 worlds. So, Guess it's some kind of space simulator. But I never heard that one. Neither have I heard this, but it was only $1 and it was in perfect condition, basically. I mean, the disc is clean, everything's aside from this mark on the side of the spine, but I've never heard of this. It's super bubble pop puzzle fun with loud music and crazy bubble actions. I've never heard of the company, though. I've never heard of that company. I've never seen this game before, and it was $1, so I was like, why not? I always get slightly interested when I see something I've never ever freaking heard of. See, the Undertake video you did had myself for. That Undertake video? Undertake. I'm assuming your auto correction thing did something weird there. Did it? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have all the Myst games in one form or another. I know I had a box copy of one of these old Learning Company games. I couldn't remember which one. This was a dual disc of Treasure Trove and Treasure Mountain. I think Treasure Mountain was the one I found a complete box copy of. But I was like, why not? It's in really nice condition. So, never heard of Bubble Pop, and you call yourself a game. What have you heard of that? I mean, you're free to take the chat away if you know the history of this game. This is a game I never heard of either, but it says the Venture Company, and it looks like it's kind of a adventure thing. Crystal Key 2, sequel to the original best-selling adventure game. I've never heard of it. It is incredibly simple-looking cover. It's in great condition. All these adventure games are in great condition. Like, somebody really got rid of a collection of really good condition stuff here. Undertake video had missed 4. I hate this phone. It's like, okay, Undertale, you dumb ass phone. Oh, you meant when I linked you that video showing the Undertale collector's box that I got the price really way off on. That's kind of ironic, actually, then. This just in. Somebody called me on the phone. I apologize for that. But, another eventual game. This one I've never heard of. Called Shadow Tour is the company. Burrow Hill Course of the Ancient Circle. I've never heard of this. Again, it's in good condition. It looks like a pretty dark and creepy-ass kind of adventure game, so never heard of that one either, but again, it's in good condition, has all its discs, so I can't really complain. And all those were like $1, so that was like a half day. Is taking all those. I'll have a number 2, a number 7, a number 45 with extra dip. Okay, we'll get those mailed to you in the plane. There might be like a $200 price tag attached to the delivery, but you know, we'll get to you. Don't worry. It's coming. Just let me get that in right now. Let's see. Oh, it looks like it'll be $2,000. Whoops. Oopsie doopsie. Okay, let's show a few books off. Let's see. What's this one? Suffers from great Gothic. I've never heard, I don't think I've ever heard of almost all these except for these 3. Yeah. All these other ones I've never heard of, so I don't know anything about these. If you know anything, you're welcome to comment on them. Big Goth Guy, it's from the Shujun Beat, which is usually female mangas targeting female audiences, so I'm sure that's probably for goths. Big goths. Goth. And again, from the same thing, the Captive Hearts, which I read the back of this. Carefree was a living in it. Carefree, the main character's name, I don't even know how to pronounce it, was living a life of luxury until a day a girl named Suzuki walked into his life. All of a sudden finds himself kneeling at her feet and prostrating himself like a servant. What he doesn't know, until that very moment anyway, is his family is cursed to follow their orders, being carried around everywhere and having handsome main character act like a slave may seem ideal, but Suzuka just wishes he would stop. Yeah, that just sounds fucking stupid to me, but I don't know. This one has interesting art. It's again from the Sean Beat brand. It's called Wild Ones. It has a pretty okay art style to it. I don't know. I've never heard of this one again either. And this was volume 7 and 6, so it was also very strange entries to find. I always find it weird when I find like just a wild book. Like, you know, it's just like, well, where's all the other ones? It's like, did you just start with 8? This one, I looked at this one, it's like Tokyo Pop, and I was just like, do I want to know the context of this? Let's see, what's the back say? During the course of a battle with Neo, Maya uncovers the truth behind an attack on Yuichi's little sister. Meanwhile, Yuichi learns more about his own and as yet untapped power. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I never heard of it. And is that is volume 2. Now here's something that was an interesting item when it comes to the book stuff. The Battle of the Planets. Now, if you're not like a really old anime manga person, you might not be sure what. But see, I believe the Japanese name is called Gotcha Man, if I remember correctly. Is that correct? I believe it's Gotcha Man, I believe. But this is like a Power Rangers type thing where all these teenagers wear these board-like outfits. One of the notorious things about the Japanese version was the main character was a lunatic who had a split personality of him and his quote-unquote sister, like Alfred Ashford. Well, they made him separate characters in the English version. So this is a comic, and it's read in American style, going that way, I suppose, to that way. Of course, I'm not sure if the camera might not be reversing it might be mirrored. I'm not sure now. But, yeah, that was kind of an odd thing to find of that. I'm not sure if this is the actual original manga or not, so I've never seen the Gotcha Man manga before. I mean, the art style of it looks definitely old, but, you know, it could have been somebody maybe just redrawing it for the American branch or something. I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm sure books are getting old, so let's go to a few more video games. So something else I found for $1 thrifting was the Star Wars Connect game. It was like $1. The disc had a few little light scratches, nothing too bad, so I was like, maybe that'd be a good joke haha video while I order Dan's food here. Number 7, please. Let's see, and here's one that Bill might actually recognize. Dennis might know of this too. Clad, if you've watched the series for a long time, you know I have a special PC Kickstarter version that was a Kickstarter special. That Dance with Han Solo. Yes, notoriously that game's, or like people just say the only thing that works in that game is the dancing of that. But this was on sale in PlayAsia. It's a PS4 version of Clad. It's supposed to actually have has the English text in it, so it's just a console version of the translation they did on Kickstarter, as far as I understand. So I was like, yes, it's supposed to be so heartbreaking you will cry or you're a monster. Do see Atticus do a Han Solo. Ha. Ha ha ha. Funny, don't you? Think you're funny? But yeah, it's a visual novel. I've always heard it's supposed to be super freaking sad. Like, I knew this guy at work who knew about it, and he's just like, it's the most heartbreaking thing you'll ever play or that. So Let's see. Some card I would like. Let's see. Let's stick some of the limited type things to the side. So, something I did get at Best Buy, the Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, which is supposed to be a different change of pace from the Sword Art Online games, which are like video game MMOs, simulating MMOs. This is supposed to be like a third-person gun game or something. I don't know how you go from MMO to shooting shit. See, I'm currently playing Punchline. That sounds familiar. Yeah, the Vita has a lot of visual novels. There might have been a Vita version of that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've gotten anything for the Vita. Let's see. Now, here's something I got that was odd. Call of Duty Infinity Warfare. Now, this is supposed to be a very terrible Call of Duty game, but I got it for like $3 or something. But what I found interesting is what I got it from. I don't know if anyone's walked into the Dollar Family store in a long time, but apparently they sell used video games now. So, if you do a lot of thrifting at different stores, you might want to check that out. They had a few things there, but I owned most of them, and what I didn't own, I didn't really have much interest. Though, if you're a collector, be aware, it does have a sticker in the middle of the disc, so if that bothers you, be aware of that. If the main character sees too much... Oh, that's that game that, that company that tried to publish that Labyrinth game when Sony's like, nope. Yeah, that kind of sucked for them, too. I don't think that's came out in America yet. I do have it on one of my tabs. The world is ending. Why have I not prepared for this? It was only a few bucks. I was just curious. Because I was like, when did the Family Dollar start having video games? I was like... I even found a few videos. There was like maybe 5 videos on the subject on YouTube. So I was like, buy one. Maybe see if there's anything interesting. But, movie The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies on Blu-ray for $1. Also has DVD. I haven't watched the Hobbit movie, so I watched it, the good one, the animation. I don't know how this. I hear it's very corny, so which is kind of ironic. The cartoon's very serious and everything, and the movie is very lighthearted and jokey, so kind of weird. Yes, that PQ. Oh, they're based in England. I wasn't aware of that. I knew they were somewhere overseas, but I didn't know they were England. Got an early release. Well, cool. You know, it's also kind of weird considering several of those games went through a lot of controversy in European releases too, not just the Labyrinth game. That had controversy everywhere, which is a shame. Really, very disappointing Sony. It's like, you should let customers buy whatever the fuck they want on the system. If it's available in Japan, there should be no reason it can't be over here. So, but that's a different subject. So, I think that's a few stuff. Show off the last 2 books. Stuff I already know. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Adventure. The art style looks very strange hybrid. I mean, just look at the main character on the bottom there. It's like, I don't know, it's like some weird, slightly taller, bigger chibis of that. And then Volume 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! I got like a good chunk of Yu-Gi-Oh! In my short and jumps that I used to get when I was in high school, so. Let's see. Oh, yes. There were 2 Lord of the Rings animations. You had the one that was by a different company, and then I think it was the Return of the King the Hobbit people did, if I remember correctly. No. But, yeah, I wouldn't say the one they did was as good as The Hobbit. The Hobbit was really good. But yeah, that one that they didn't have anything to do was really fucking bad. Like, Aragorn looked like he was a freaking Indian. It was really strange. But, let's see. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I think I have, I had two things over here, too, actually, so I'm glad that card reminded me of that. So that's all the books are. All we got is games, so... And there's quite a few limited things here. So something I actually got to play myself and with Dan. I'm thinking of doing a recording of it with Dan over SharePlay, but it's called Guns, Gore, and Coil. I can't say the damn type. It's some kind of dessert, I believe Dan said. But this is like a 2D shooting game where you play as a hitman who's going to go look for someone in a zombie-infested city. It's kind of an interesting scenario because you're dealing with crime lords and the mafia during the zombie apocalypse. I don't know anything with a setting like that. That's actually kind of an interesting setting. It's pretty nice 2D graphics in that. It can be pretty chaotic too. Has a very small trophy list. I wouldn't say it's super long, but not super short. You know, I'd say probably half day to probably play through it unless you do it completely on easy or that. But it's pretty good. It has local co-op up to 4 players too. And that came with a card because that was part of Strictly Limited's release. Postcard. Not really a big deal. Cannoli. I don't know. Whatever. It's a dessert thing. Bah. And while on Strictly Limited, I also got one of the other older ones through an eBay sale, 99 Vids, which is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. Graphically, it doesn't look as interesting as that, so I didn't pay too much, but it was more than its original price. So, and it too came with a postcard of Legends. Let's see. One of my PlayAsia purchases is the other 2 goals of Summer Lessons with English. This is very, very expensive, and I hope it's way better than the first Summer Lesson. The first Summer Lesson was a little interesting. Textures weren't as good, though, as many other VR games, so I'm hoping they'll improve in this, because this was like, I think it was either $69 or $79, very pricey. Because when they were released digitally, these were separate. So this is being considered technically buying like 2 games together with that. So I have not tried that. I still have to finish the first Summer Lesson. Then The Long Dark. This was on sale on a site, Skyward Games. So... Skyward Games, and that also came with Slime Rancher, which also had a physical version. So, I've never played Slime Rancher. I heard it's a pretty nice game, but I do have something to say about The Long and the Dark. This is supposed to be a survival game, and it has a story, and it's supposed to also have a mode where you just throw it in the wild and you just try to survive. But the thing I was very mad about, because on the back it says includes 2 episodes of 5 episodes on disc. Purchase includes an instant access to all others when released. So if you don't have online, this is never going to be the full game. And if you like having all your content on the disc, you're not getting it on this. So, and it on the site, the last time I looked, even though I kind of called them out on Twitter about it. As far as I know, they're not letting anyone know about that. So I kind of find that a little dishonest. So you can get this DRM free on PC. So there was that loop, but it just kind of makes me mad. I bought, and that was I think that was $39. I think so. I'm kind of mad about that. Let's see. Something I've been looking for from Limited One Games, Ace of Seafood. This is like... I don't even know how to describe this fucking game. Just look up the trailer for it. It's just... What the fuck? It literally looks like something the Katamari guy's like, what can we make that's absolutely feels like it's drug high on whatever the hell is going on? Like, drug-inducing hell. I mean, just what the hell? Let's see. No limited one games. Mercenary Kings Reloaded Edition. This is supposed to be a fun side-scrolling kind of Contra middle slug. I'd say it's probably more like middle slug from what I've seen. But you could maybe say Contra too. But I think it's more middle sluggy. But it's supposed to be a fun game. I think it's up to 4 players. Yes, it's up to 4 players. So it's supposed to be a fun game. That was a limited one. Let's see. No limited one. Now I got this on the Vita from limited one. Now the thing that's different between the Vita release they did and this PS4 version is you may notice it says VR on the top. Apparently this has a special VR mission or something that's not in the base game unless it's VR compatible. So that's why I got this. I don't know if that was much of a big deal. I will probably just trade off or sell or something the Vita version probably, as long as it's just the same game with a VR mission or something. Too bad. Yeah, it's as far as I know, it has no online. It's local. I would prefer the PS4 version. Supposedly, Limited One Games is going to be doing a PS4 version, but you know, things happen. So I thought I probably just better safe buying it now. And if something happens, you know, I got a version. If they do, I could always sell or use it as trade bait or something. So that's kind of a nice thing in that regard. Let's see, some more strictly limited stuff. The Strident Binary Stars. It looks like it was a shmup game. Yeah, it's a shmup type game. I got 1,258. I believe there were 3,000 copies of that. And then this is supposedly the first release. And apparently it was a much bigger one, or it didn't sell well, because they still had copies. I think it's sold out now, but when I first found out about them, this was the only thing they had copies remaining. The other titles I've gone up to now, I've had to get through third person and pay a little extra for them, sadly, but they weren't too badly priced. But this is called Tokyo 42. It's supposed to be some kind of indie game where you play like an assassin or something. Let's see, an open world shooter framed for a murder you didn't commit. You dwell into the world of assassinations, deadly company espionage, and tactical cats. It literally says tactical cats. Oh, I'll try to remember that then, Dan. And then, of course, Dragon Quest 11. A lot of people, and I might, I was going to do a short stream trying this out yesterday, but as you heard my phone beep, probably, I was supposed to meet someone to trade some stuff that I got through Goodwill, which was Mario Maker, Super Mario World, and a GameCube player disc. And I was going to make a trade with him. And I went to go meet him. We were going to meet at 4, and then he bumped it up to 5, so I went and did some stuff. I was also checking Redbox machines because GameStop was doing a 30% extra credit. Sadly, I didn't end up finding anything that was worth anything of that. I got to around 5, and he said he had car problems, and that not to wait up for him. And I went and helped my dad with some stuff and that to see if he'd message later on that. So he kind of fucked that whole thing up. Apparently his car's working, so. But I will maybe do a thing today, trying this out later today. I was actually going to do that maybe after this, but since my parents are actually getting something to eat, yeah, so. So it'll probably be a little bit later. The real world does not want me to try out Dragon Quest 11 online. It is doing everything humanly possible to delay it. It's doing everything possible. It's the real world's problem, man. Real world's problem. Oh yeah, and some of that, forgot postcard. Then some limited one cards. Strictly only stickers. I got 4 of these. I don't know why it came with 4 of them. King. Volume. I like the idea that trading cards at limited one went to for no postcards, but that's a game I haven't showed quite yet, but we're getting there. And we're getting there now. So this game is supposed to be like a strange hybrid of if you like Pokemon monster collecting type games. This game you play as like a ruler, summon monsters, and you go into roguelike dungeons and fight turn-based RPGs. Graphically, it does not look interesting. It looks pretty boring, but it's in depth. Like this is a game about gameplay. No great story, no epic looking graphics. It is pure gameplay. So if you're looking for a really deep RPG with monster mechanics, this is supposed to be a game that's really into that. Like, it's supposed to have hundreds of monsters and abilities, elemental things, and just... I only tried a little of it, and it looks like that it does hold up to that, so... Let's see, drinking a cold beer now. Cheers to you. Cheers. I'm drinking a water if I could actually reach it between this giant wall of stuff in my mic. Well, send me track requests to 11 and you'll show it off. Sorry, I had to pay full price on that. Maybe when it's on sale. This was a limited one from that Game Fairy company, Hero Defense. I'm not quite sure what kind of game this is. It looks like it's kind of a hybrid of a tower defense game and a MOBA. Because from what I see, it looks like basically the heroes act like towers, but you obviously can move them around as opposed to being stationary like a tower defense game. So it's kind of I don't know, that's how I would describe it from what I know. I haven't tried it out yet. And then the last 2 things, and we got 2 special boxes here. This was a limited one game. I'm not even sure what this is. I've never heard of it, and I'm not even sure what to really describe of the pictures in the back. Apparently it features a whole crap load of music. Let's see. It says it's a type of rhythm game, but you see like a ship flying. I'm not really sure what to really say, but the back says it's a rhythm game. So now here's something Carter's probably would be excited about: Bullet Goals Fantasia. So this is supposed to be, I think, the 3rd entry in the Bullet Goals franchise, which was, I believe, the first one was a PSP game, the second one was a Vita game, and this one's on Vita and PS4. But I hear the Vita version of this has some frame rate issues, I hear, so... But I know it is a series. I know it's not the first game. I know that for a fact. And having this giant leaning tower of video games is starting to kind of wobble a little, so I'm going to put a few of these back up here. Giant wall. Let's see. Actually, how about sit these over here? Now, that way they won't be in the way. Let's see. Looks like a new age EDF from the cover. EDF. I've been hearing a lot of the next Earth Defense Force is looking very good, so I'm hoping for some good things. Now here is an interesting Play Asia exclusive, and these come with stickers. Severed, and then the Black Sea. But this is a Vita, and this will only work on a handheld Vita because it uses the touch screen very much. So the developers apparently did not feel making it for the Vita TV. So sadly, this is something you will only be able to play on your handheld. But from what I understand, this is a dungeon crawler, real-time dungeon crawler, not turn-based dungeon crawler, where you use the touch screen to several parts off of enemies and use them, to my understanding. And this is copy 353, and I think that's out of... I think they made 3,000 copies of this. let's see. I recently hooked up my old N64 playing some Mario Kart and Wave Racer. I've always heard good things about Wave Racer, but I've never played that myself. Oh, let's see. Let's go ahead. Cut these open. Yeah. Plastic within plastic within plastic within plastic. One of my coworkers saying I look very violent using this knife. What do you think? Do you think I'm very violent looking with this knife? Because like he was watching an episode where I rubbed my nose and he thought like I was like really close to my face or something. I mean like there's like my arm's length, my hand's length away from my face, and I don't know. He kind of was like, "Whoa, Josh, you're kind of being really reckless with that knife." I don't know. Insert your feedback about the knife now. We need to make the video more child friendly. We gotta use toothpicks now. YouTube says knives are too violent. I gotta use toothpicks to get this stuff open now. Oh, and if the PS4 ones weren't all the way hard enough to freaking get open, this is actually way worse. I can't even really get my freaking finger in now. OMG. Can we... There we go. Thank you. We can work with that. But, and also note from the PlayAsia exclusives, this box is smaller. It is not the same size. So, they did make them a bit small. But it is a very nice box art. I'd have to say it is very nice. It has a very strange art style to it. I don't know. It kind of feels like I'm not really sure how to describe it. But yeah, it comes with a number card. Let's see. He thinks the little baby knife makes you look violent. Maybe you shouldn't be hanging out with me. I like knives. I don't know. He showed me, he was watching one of my videos and I was just wiping my nose. He's like, "Damn, Josh, you're just like all over that place with the knife, man." It's like, let's see, again with the nice, I really like the little spine cards. They really remind me of the Japanese Sega Saturn titles, but it gets a soundtrack with, but 16 tracks, not too many. And then, of course, you get a copy of the game. Take control of the one-armed heroine wielding a long sword as she kites through and pierces her kites together pieces of her story from both the past and the future. Dungeon combat. Use the touchscreen combat mechanics with offense and defensive techniques against a variety of enemies. Stylish looking RPG, severing force enemies into vulnerable states, then sever their body parts to upgrade equipment with abilities to gain and totems, magic arm or the craft. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty interesting game, to be honest. And then Black Sea Odyssey. Now, what's interesting about this, I know the developer of this actually follows me on Twitter, and he just did out of the blue. Like, I didn't know anything about him, so I'm not sure. I highly doubt he watches my videos, but I thought it was very interesting. I even tweeted at him, it's like, congrats about the physical edition. So, I always think, if I was a developer, I'd be happy to have my game immortalized in a physical form. That's just me, I guess. But this is supposed to be a shmup rogue game with RPG mechanics. And I don't know if it's any good. I haven't played it. But I certainly will give it a try. The developer was a very nice person. I didn't interact with him too much, but a little bit. But yeah, they were developing the game when they followed me, so I did get to see updates and stuff about through the Twitter feed. Yeah. Sometimes I wish there was, I don't know, something a little. I like them when they come with like little art books. I'm not really a big soundtrack person. I mean, I guess if you're really into music, but let's be honest, most video game soundtracks are just on fucking YouTube. I mean, or SoundCloud. Hell, many of the developers just put them on SoundCloud themselves. So, yeah, at least you can get your finger on the bigger one. And again, it has a count card soundtrack, which comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 songs, not too much. And then if that's all the music, it looks like it's not a severely long game, but it's a rogue type game, so it's probably big selling point is being screwed over a lot and having to replay it. So, pretty nice that, so that's definitely something I'll give a try. Let's see what it says in the back. Into the Black Sea Odyssey, a violent top-down roguelite space shooter with shoot 'em up RPG brimming with colossus creatures and unique technologies. Rip apart enemies piece by piece, fully destructible everything, hardcore roguelike elements. But wait a minute, it said roguelite up here, and now it says hardcore roguelike elements. So what is it? Is it light or hardcore? Make up your mind. Let's see. If you were a developer, all games would feature barefoot cat girls wielding razor-sharp cucumbers. Let's see. No, yes, no, and no. In that order. No, yes, no, and no. Yeah, that should work. But, I don't know. I tell Dan, the Dark Souls guy, openly admits he's into feet, and then all of a sudden he thinks I'm into feet for some reason. Yes, I like Dark Souls, but I don't share the same fetish. It's like, what the hell? Well, but that's all the pickups, update-wise. Honestly, I think the best thing out of this set is the Severed. I've been very interested ever since I've seen this. It's a very interesting looking game. It's just kind of a shame it doesn't play on the TV. I honestly haven't fucking held the handheld in ages. I don't really take it out anywhere because fragile. Afraid it'll go. So, but yeah, a lot of limited stuff for that. So I'll try to remember to bring that with me if I do go to that con. But that's all that she wrote. So tune in. You know, I really wish I could have this a little more compressed because I'm sure it gets weird seeing me eyeball the chat. I mean, I just look at myself doing it in the preview and just like, that looks fucking awkward. But maybe I could do something on my phone now that I got a newer phone. Maybe I could have the chat just sit right there, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to try some stuff. But I will try to show off a little Dragon Quest XI a little later today. I will see what I can do. No guarantees. You know, real world sucks. Sometimes it just pulls a knife on you and says you're not doing anything. Not doing anything that you want to do, at least. So, anyway, thank you for joining, and I will hopefully see you later today. If not, well, I'll try to see what I can do. Maybe after work, since it won't be a serious thing. It'll just be a trying it out thing. So maybe I'll, if I don't get around to today, might do it after work then. So anyway, thank you, and I will see you all another time, another place, another way.